morning, while one young woman is struggling after being gang raped in Birbhum, the family of another 23-year-old just spent the whole day today knocking one door after another in the capital. Esther, the 23-year-old techie from Hyderabad, was found dead in Mumbai, but days later there has been no arrest, and the reason why her family is meeting the Home Minister, they want to meet the Prime Minister, is because they say the police has done nothing. They even had to hunt for her body themselves. So is police inefficiency the trademark of every crime against women? On the show today, we have Esther's cousin. He joins us here in studio to tell us their story. And taking the opposite position, we hope to have someone from the police, because the Mumbai police isn't talking at all about what happened with Esther. But we'll speak to all of them in just a bit. First, let's look at the other story of police negligence coming from Birbhum. How a superintendent of police has now been, they've taken action against him after they refused to even ask for custodial police custody of all the accused in the gang rape of the woman in Birbhum, just because she fell in love with someone else, somebody outside the community. Take a look.
It is a shocking thing. It seems that we should hang our head in shame.
Across the world, the barbaric Birbhum gang rape of a tribal girl made headlines today. New York Times, Los Angeles Times, The Guardian, and also on CNN, BBC and PBS. Even the Supreme Court took the unusual step of a suo motu order to the Birbhum district judge to file a report. It will hear the matter on 31st January. In Birbhum, tribals marched to protest the gang rape and said what had happened was never tribal practice, it was an ugly distortion of tribal law.
मीडिया बोल रही है बार-बार कि ये संथाल कम्युनिटी का ये हिस्सा है, संथाल कम्युनिटी का ऐसे ही काम करते हैं, आदिवासी इंस्टीट्यूशन में ऐसा नहीं है.
In Shuvalpur village, women residents still in denial, male residents absconding. But what is emerging is that at the Kangaroo Court, a Trinamool Panchayat member was present.
As they informed me that Ajay Mondol, the member of Trinamool Panchayat body, who is a friend of the accused person who was entangled with the tribal girl who was rape victim.
What is happening in West Bengal is absolutely a naked display of political patronage to criminals.
The Trinamool denies any links with the incident.
সেখানে তৃণমূলের সঙ্গে কারোর কোনো সম্পর্ক নেই. আমরা দেখছি তদন্ত করে, আমাদের জানা নাই যে সিপিএম এর আমাদের তৃণমূলের লোক ছিল.
The role of the police has come under fire. The police failed to get police custody of the accused yesterday. Now it has. Many are also asking, why didn't the police get information and act while the Kangaroo Court was taking place? It went on for at least 10 to 12 hours over Monday and Tuesday. In Kolkata, Monideepa Banerjee, NDTV.
So that's our agenda this evening. Our victims of sexual violence always let down by police. Let's introduce you to all our pundits. We have saying yes and agreeing with that idea is Anuradha Kapoor, who's the director of SWAM, a body which deals with such crimes, and we'll talk about what went wrong in Birbhum. We have BK Gupta, who's the former Delhi Police Commissioner. The Mumbai Police isn't speaking, but Mr. Gupta will help us understand how the police operates, and he'll try and explain what is it, bureaucracy, or what goes wrong in these cases. And of course, as I said, we have Rufus Deepak, Esther's cousin, here in studio. First, our first talking point, of course, looking at that, why is it? And Mr. Gupta, I want to ask you that. If you look at one pattern, and that's our talking point over there, why are victims of sexual violence always let down by police? Whether it's December 16, Birbhum, any other case, women and crime, they always seem very angry with the police. The police just doesn't seem to match up, be able to step up to the plate. Why is that?
Number one, let me say that this is a very genuine anger by the relatives of the victim, because it's a very gruesome crime. I am talking of Mumbai case.
The Mumbai case,
yeah.
and Esther's
so naturally their expression of anguish and resentment against the law enforcement agency is very, very genuine and valid. I don't have any second opinion about that. And what I have heard or what I have seen in the media reports.
Let's hear some of the specific things. Esther, Esther's entire case, Rufus, is that you all had to, from the beginning, they kept saying, they refused to register, saying that she must have eloped, right?
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And you had to go looking for a body themselves.
Yeah.
Then there was a problem of jurisdiction. So tell us a little bit about how you think the police has failed.
Yeah, basically she started off from Vijayawada. So when we tried to lodge a complaint here in Mumbai, they were asking us if we were sure that she got down in this particular station. So we know.
Whereas you knew because they had called up. She had called up.
Yeah, she had called up that she just crossed Sholapur. So even we were not sure whether she is reached. But we acted like a police. We were able to trace up co-passengers list from IRCTC and from GRPF. We got the list and we made sure that she has reached that part.
Mm-hmm.
So after we said that yeah, she is reached that, and they said no, we are not. How
and
do
the
you
reason why you were knocking the door of the Home Minister today, you met the Home Minister, Mr. Shinde, and you were trying to meet the Prime Minister, is because of what? Because it's been weeks and no arrest?
Exactly. See, first thing when we tried to tell the case about elopement is absolutely wrong, they didn't listen to us. They never listened to us, in fact, and they were every time the only thing they told us was she is eloped. So we said that
what would you think of that, Mr. Gupta? The fact that a crime happens, and according to Supreme Court, it should be registered immediately, and here because it's a woman, they are going on saying she eloped.
No, I think it is absolutely high time for the police officers and men to realize if it happens with their own kith and kin, how they would react. If they take the situation like that, their response would be very different. Now, in the instant case, now it is absolutely, it should be made mandatory that in the case of a child, whether male or female, yes, or in the case of a female missing, a woman missing, they must promptly register the FIR. In the instant case, I think they took it just as in a very casual manner as a missing report. And missing report, when police records, the response of the police is somewhat very slow.
Yes.
But if you like, in the case of city of Delhi, whenever there is a female missing or women or girl child missing, or a below 18 years of age.
And they were fighting over jurisdiction, Mr.
Yeah, that is absolutely unacceptable.
But we see it in December 16th, we see it in here in Esther's case, they kept saying go to Vijayawada.
No,
they tell a family which has travelled from Machilipatnam, he has travelled from Hyderabad, the Bombay police. Do you think the basic sensitization is not
now
there?
There is something to do about the response of the police. They will have to really given some kind of now there are a lot of directions by the Supreme Court, by the laws itself have been made so stringent now after this December 16th.
And yet the police don't seem to be doing anything.
No, I think they have to be very, very responsive now.
Anuradha Kapoor in Kolkata, we are hearing how the police went completely wrong in Bombay of this Hyderabad techies case. In the case of Birbhum, what are the lapses that you immediately see of the police?
Well, I think the first thing is that how is it that there was this salishi for about 12 hours and nobody in the police got wind of it? Obviously, they knew something was happening, but they just didn't care to come and do anything about it. I think that's the first big lapse. It's not that something was done in half an hour. It was a good 12 hours at least, at the minimum. Yes. That was the first lapse. And then the second lapse is that after they arrested the accused, when they were placed in court, the police didn't ask for police custody. That is a basic norm. They have to question these people and actually make their case. And they didn't bother to do that. They just sent the people, the accused to judicial custody.
Did they give any explanation?
So this is also a basic minimum.
Did they give any explanation why they didn't ask for police custody?
No, they didn't. There was no explanation. In fact, today they have asked for the police custody and got it. So that was a big lapse. It was very clear that they made a big lapse. And the fact of the matter is, I think with the police, cases of violence against women are not priority for them. They don't look at them as something that they need to spend time on.